This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
When buying or selling your home, call Leo Bato. He has years of experience in real estate, showing honesty and integrity in every transaction. He's a person you can definitely trust. So book your appointment with Leo Bato today by giving him a call at 818-648-4837 or by visiting him on the web at www.leobato.realtor.
And the podcast will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, live at Paco's Place, a big round of applause. Independent actor, Rhandy Torres.
Thank you so much, Sir Paco, for having me.
Alam mo yung feeling na sabi namin ni Michael Abad, kunin na natin si Rhandy bago maging international actor talaga. Independent actor. You know what? It's I don't know, yung pride namin, like, seeing you, yung mga Amazon short films, yung mga ganon-ganon. Sabi, and ang nakakatawa rito, we've been Facebook friends. Tapos bigla lang nakita kitang umaarte, sabi ko, oh my God, may artista akong kasama sa Facebook. How did that happen? Paano ka naging artista?
Sa Pilipinas, natry ko ng umarte. Alam mo yung comedy show na Spoop sa Channel 5?
Channel 5.
Naging regular talent ako doon. So
Napaka-convenient. Malapit sa Bulacan yun, ha?
Yeah. No, pero I was living in Santa Ana the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, malayo. Yan, napakalayo. And yun yung first experience ko na umarte na sa professional set. And I was able to meet really good Filipino actors, you know, like sila Willie Nepomuceno, John Santos, Rufa May Quinto.
Oh, galing, no?
Yeah, and they're super nice. And may mga natutunan din ako sa kanila, you know, with regards to acting and, you know, pag-handle ng career nila.
When did it start sa'yo? Yung acting bug?
Here in the US?
No. Sa buhay mo.
My God, like, siguro, alam ko, bata pa lang ako, I love acting. Pero yung unang experience ko to act sa theater was in St. Francis School. There's a theater group called Teatro ni Kiko, led by Sir Chito. Ay, Sir Chito.
Shout out.
So, dun ko na-experience yon, yung first acting gig. So we had a play, and then we hindi lang students ng St. Francis ang nanonood. They also invited people from the outside. Anybody who wants to see it, they could come, and they were able to watch the play. And that's doon ko na realize na wow, ibang rush to. And like I love the rehearsal, I love the process.
Puyat-puyatan. Habang nagpa-practice kayo ng script, yung set, yung mga props guy, nagtatayo naman sila ng set.
Yep.
Pamilya kayo eh. No?
Yeah, it is. Especially sa film dito sa US. Ganun ang situation. Last week, I was fortunate to be booked sa Darman. Yeah, sa Darman. So,
kung hindi kayo nagsusubscribe kay Darman, mag-subscribe kayo. Oh my God. Ang daming pulot, ang daming aral ni Darman.
Yes. I was surprised when I got that.
So you're on Darman?
Yeah, it's gonna come out this March. I just don't know when. But the director told me our episode's gonna come out this March. So like what you said, Puyatan, which is true because for 3 straight days, we will finish at 2:30 a.m. And then the following day, I have to wake up early because I'm working. And then I have to get ready because I have to go back to set. So I live in Los Alamitos. I'm driving to Burbank sa set ng Darman.
Wow!
Na 3 hours sleep. But okay lang kasi you love it.
Yes.
You know, you love everything about it. And I wouldn't change a thing.
Galing, no? Nakakatuwa. Do you have an agent here?
Yes, sir. I have an agent. I have an agent for 3 years na. Her name is Rina. Hi,
Rina.
and then after 3 years, I was introduced to Oliver
Carne.
And then now he's my manager. I have an agent and I have a manager.
Okay. Oliver Carne was here on the program.
Yes, I saw that episode.
Bait na tao. Shout out to you, Oliver.
Hello, Oliver.
And babalik ulit si Oliver para marami siyang revelasyon.
Uy.
Ayun. So ngayon, Darman, yun yung last project mo. Were you aware of Darman before doing it.
Oh my God, yes.
So anong pakiramdam? Kasi sa mga hindi nakakalam, doing Darman is like doing a big movie. Dahil sa dami ng subscribers ni Darman, milyon.
Yeah.
Jay, pakitignan nga kung ilan ng Mike. DHARMAN. M-A-N, Darman sa YouTube.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah, it is. Dati pa, siguro I would say 2 years ago, I've been wanting to audition for a Darman gig. But I don't know how. I don't see it sa casting sites. I just don't. And then one day, I got an email from their casting director. Sabi niya, "Oh Randy, I saw your profile in Actors Access. I think you're gonna be a good fit for this role. Do you want to audition?" Sabi ko, syempre.
So may audition din.
May audition.
Pero may day job ka.
I have a day job.
Paano mo na-sneaky yun?
Kasi ang day job ko, I work from home.
Okay.
That's really a big help, you know.
Yes.
I love that setup. So when I would clock out now from work at around 4:35, I'll have dinner, pahinga, and then I will do the self-tape audition.
Uh-huh.
So doon sa kwarto ko, kalahati nung kwarto ko is kama, kalahati nung kwarto sinet-up ko na parang studio.
Okay.
And that's where I do my audition.
Kasi ang audition ngayon, hindi na face-to-face, magsasubmit ka na lang ng
Yung first round of audition is self-tape.
Yes.
And then if they like you, they're gonna ask for a callback audition. Usually, yun na yung face-to-face. It's either you go to the studio or it's gonna be a Zoom call. Live Zoom call with the casting directors and, the production.
Nung time na nasa Philippines ka, nagtateatro ka, bakit hindi, so ginawa mo yung spoof, pero bakit hindi ka nag-artista talaga na full-time? Ano nangyari?
Kasi nandito nung nasa Pilipinas ako, nag-aaral ako doon ng respiratory therapy. And the deal is para makasunod ako dito sa Amerika to join my mom, my sister's family, and to do my career as a respiratory therapy is to finish college. And so when I finished, sabi niya, okay, it's time to come here. Do your thing. And I
Time out.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing. What is your thing? Totoo.
Yeah, that time.
Hindi that time. Yun nasa puso mo because your thing will always be your thing. So,
Yeah.
what is your thing?
Acting.
Galing, no? The reason why I had to ask is it doesn't matter what you do, you will always go back to
Yes,
doing
sir.
your thing.
You're right. Super.
No?
Mm.
Okay, so teatro, pero kailangan mag-RT because it's a means to an end na makapunta sa Amerika. Tapos, nung graduate ka na, you really had to proactively say goodbye to acting in the Philippines. Tama ba?
Yes. And kasi alam ko, yun ang nakakatuwa dito sa Hollywood, sa USA. Parang, wow, dito pa ako nabigyan ng opportunity, ng chance to do what I really love. And sa Pilipinas, I know even if I stayed, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the bookings that I'm getting here. Kasi iba yung kalakaran sa atin 'di ba?
Yes. Who knew, no? Yung mga ganon, no? Okay, so mommy and siblings nandito sa Amerika. Nasa si daddy?
Okay. The reason why nakapag-spoop ako is because my dad passed away. They were separated pa when I was 5 years old. And so, I don't know my relatives from the father's side. And then when he passed away, I went to his wake. Siyempre, it's my dad. Then I met my first cousin. Sa father's side, si Kuya Torres,
Okay.
Rhandy Torres. And he's the executive producer of
Tropang Trumpo.
Tropang Trumpo, you know it.
Yeah.
Tropang Trumpo and then now Spoop. So nung nagkita kami, sabi niya sa akin, Randy, visit me at the studio. Visit me. Sabi ko, okay. Sabi niya, pakilala kita kay Rufa May. Sabi ko, okay. So I went there and time naman is they were filming an episode of Spoop.
Yeah.
So sabi niya sa akin, okay Randy, sit there at the audience, diba, and watch. Nung magkakaroon na ng kukunan ng eksena yung mga artista, akala ni Direk Al Queen, may he rest in peace.
May he rest in
you know,
peace.
Akala ni Direk Al Queen tsaka ni Direk
Altantay? Hindi.
Hindi,
Ay,
hindi
hindi
pa,
pala
hindi.
si Altantay yun.
Si Derek, I forgot his name. Bolinaw, something Bol. But anyways, so he said, hey, akala niya part ako nung regular talent from UP,
Yeah.
UP Theater. So sabi niya sa akin, okay, come here, join them, you know, like mga estudyante. Sabi ko, okay. Sabi sa akin ng pinsan ko, yeah, go. O di sige, nakiupo ako doon. Tapos, so tingin nga nila, part ako ng UP, binigyan ako line.
Ba?
Sabing ganun, okay, you say this ha. Pag sinabi na nito ni Rufa, you say this. Okay. So sa mga salita na nakunan yung eksena, I was able to say the line, okay. And then the next segment, sabi sa akin ulit, sama ka, ikaw naman yung passersby.
And hindi nila alam na hindi ka kasama sa teatro ng
Hindi nila alam. But, syempre, executive producer yung pinsan ko, okay lang, di ba? So, sabi niya sa akin, at binigyan ulit akong linya. And di fortunately naman, nagawa ako naman. And so, sabi niya sa akin, balik ka next week. So, doon na nag-start, na naging regular na yung pagpunta ko sa...
At may bayad na.
May bayad. Maganda yung bayad. Kasi, during that time, I was
2.5.
doing... Hindi. 1-2
Okay.
per episode. Kasi talent lang naman kami. Pero
Akala ko ang talent 2.5. Okay.
1-2 lang.
Nakuha ng pizza mo yung
No, hindi. Nakikita ko i-check eh. I'm sorry doon sa kasama ko sa UP. Ako nga lang yung walang cut eh. Kasi meron silang manager eh. So yun, yeah, 1-2. And I was doing clinicals in respiratory sa Angeles, Pampanga that time.
My God, no?
I know. So I
Pero
would
naman,
travel.
sagad-sagad yung sisig doon sa
Oh
Riles.
my God. The top silog sa tapat ng Angeles University.
Yes.
Wow.
The best.
Best.
But bakit Pampanga kung nasa Bulacan ka, bakit hindi ka ano yung nagkaroon ng kaso na school sa Minavaliches?
Oh, I don't know that. Pero kasi, hindi naman talaga ako based sa Bulacan. Based ako sa Santa Ana, Manila.
So, ba't nagpunta ka ng Angeles?
Kasi ganito, yung school namin, affiliated yan sa mga different hospitals in different provinces.
St. Francis.
No, it was college na. So, St. John and Paul College.
Okay.
So, if you're doing clinicals, you're gonna be assigned to different hospitals. And because I fell in love with Angeles City, it was, my coworkers there, yung mga proctor ko, Sir Ayan, hello.
Girlfriends. Dahil magaganda sa Angeles.
Grabe. Yeah, but anyway, so I fell in love with them. I requested my proctor na, can I do my next rotation in the same hospital? So instead of 3 months, I ended up staying there for 6 months.
Ano ginawa mo ng extra 3 months?
Same thing. Like what respiratory therapy students would do.
Wow.
Same thing.
So now, graduate ka, umalis ka na papuntang States.
Mm-hmm.
On a petition or on a tourist visa?
On a tourist visa. And then I found someone who's gonna sponsor me.
Pero ang galing, no? Nakaalis ka on a tourist visa. Madali magbigay ng tourist visa.
That time, yes.
Kahit alam nilang arty ka, hindi sila natakot na, arty to, hindi na babalik tong arty na to.
Hindi, plinano ng ate ko yun eh. Sabi niya sa akin, Randy, before ka mag-apply ng US visa, go to Australia first para matatakan yung passport mo. And so, I did. I went to Australia.
Sino na sa Australia?
No one.
Imagine ko, pagdating mo sa airport, may dala kang bag, no? Tama na ba tong 30 minutes ako nandito? Uwi na ako.
No, merong friend ng ate ko na nag-tour sa Australia.
Okay.
Na kay Suyu siya na, Tita Marichu, can you take Randy with you para matatakan yung passport?
So finally, nasa States ka na. Kasama, how many siblings do you have?
I have a brother. He's still in the Philippines. And I have two a nephew and a niece there. And then one of my nieces in Canada from my brother. And then dito ang ate ko, I have 3 nephews. Sa Las Vegas sila nakatira.
So ikaw lang nasa Los Angeles?
Yeah, yes. Los Alamitos,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. So kalat-kalat kayong lahat.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So pagdating mo rito, siyempre, nagtrabaho ka, kailan mo sinabing, subukan ko kaya mag-artista?
Hindi ko talaga naisip eh. Alam mo kung paano nag-start?
I wanna know.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Kasi, ang daming tao sa audience na malamang may pangarap din katulad ng pangarap mo, pero puro sila dahilan, ikaw ginawa mo ng paraan. So gusto ko marinig kung paano yung
Okay, so siguro talagang gusto ni God na mag-artista ako dito kasi unang-una, I kind of gave up on it because I don't know how to start. 'Di ba? Pangalawa, parang Hollywood is too big, too
taas,
steep of a climb
Yes.
for me to be able to do it. So parang, you know what? I'm happy doing respiratory. And then one day, on a weekend, I was driving past PCH in Huntington Beach.
PCH, guys, Pacific Coast Highway. Ano
Pacific
yun? Scenic route yun. Sa may Huntington Beach. Okay.
So we were on our way to Newport Beach to get ham and cheese croissant and their hot chocolate. So good. I saw a billboard. And on the billboard, it says, "Are you an actor?" So sabi ko, "Are you an actor?" So hindi ko pinansin. I kept driving, right? I kept driving. And then on the way back, kasi uwi na ako, pabalik ulit, same PCH, but opposite direction, nakita ko na naman yung billboard. Nakalagay na, "Are you an actor?"
Pero paano mo nakita yung billboard? Tumingin ka ng patalikod o meron din nakaharap sa'yo?
Meron din nakaharap,
Okay,
baliktaran eh. So, eto ngayon, the reason na I was able to get the information sa billboard is nag-stop yung sa stoplight.
It's a sign.
It's a sign, right? Kasi if it didn't, dire-diretso lang. All I know is gonna be, "Are you an actor?" You know? So under that, "Are you an actor?" there's a website. So I went to that website and then it turned out na they would audition talents, actors, dancers, singers, models.
Pero talagang it piqued your interest, no?
Yes, because like what I said before, nasa puso ko eh. Nasa
That's your
system ko eh.
thing.
Yeah, nasa system ko na this is what makes me happy.
Pero, nung nakita mong "Are you an actor?" Siyempre, sinagot mo na, yes. Pero wala ba nakakarinig sa akin? Yes, I'm an actor. Nung pumunta ka sa website, ang ganda because the fact na pumunta ka sa website, inangkin mo na yung sagot dun eh.
Oo.
Kasi, hindi, I'm not an actor. Then, hindi mo pupuntahan yung website kahit nakita mo.
Correct.
Pero sinagot mo siya eh. Kahit sabi mo sa akin, hindi mo sinagot. The fact na hinanap mo, and that to me is commendable. So pagdating mo ron, anong pakiramdam?
I was excited because they told me that
Sa
they're gonna
website,
audition. You know, they're gonna audition, and then I could come, and then pipili sila, and they're gonna train for a year. At the end of the training, there's a showcase where we're gonna stay at the hotel, and then there's gonna be like managers, casting directors who's gonna watch the showcase.
Right.
And then if they are interested, they're gonna sign you. Dun ko natutunan yung in and outs of how to start a career here in Hollywood.
So ang dami nyo sa showcase.
Madami. Oh my God. Like all over different states. Meron pa coming from Australia, meron pa coming from the UK, Europe, iba.
So,
Iba.
Pogi ka, pero marami rin mas pogi sa'yo. So ngayon,
Hindi
nung
kasi
nakita mo,
pogi mo eh.
marami mas pogi sa atin dalawa. So,
Yung pag up close, iba pala yung Paco Arespacochaga.
whatever. So nung nakita mo tong mga to, nung
Yeah.
nakita mo sila, hindi ka kinabahan or
Kinabahan.
okay.
Kinabahan. Kasi ang gaganda nila.
Di ba?
Oo, tas ang gagwapo.
Ang gagwapo.
Tapos,
Pati puno.
oo. But then, nung pinaarte na kami,
Pantay-pantay na kayo.
pantay-pantay na. Kasi sabi na nung mga nagagandaan ako, nagagwapuan ako, sinabi nila, "Uy, that was good." So parang, okay. Pantay-pantay na. So, okay na. Nawala na yung kaba ko.
But your confidence was there. Iba yun eh, di ba? Confidence and ano ba kaba? Fear ba? Ang kaba? Hindi. Ano bang? Basta isulat nyo sa comments below kung ano yung kaba.
Parang
Kinakabahan.
may anxiety. Yeah.
But you had confidence.
Parang ganun na rin. And parang ganun na din. Kasi na-try ko na umate in the Philippines, and at the same time parang, you know, I'm not trained here, but I'm gonna wing it. And let's see what happens.
So, nung time na nag-drive ka sa PCH, papuntang Newport Beach, sino kasama mo?
Kasama ko yung kids ko. And si partner, and we were gonna eat at Newport Beach.
Sinabi mo kay partner, uy, tinatanong ko kung, or gumanong ka lang sa billboard tapos nag-drive ka na.
Nag-drive lang ako. Kasi ayaw ko isipin niya, palingero naman.
Di ba?
Oo, di ba?
Di ba? So ngayon, nung time na nagpunta ka sa computer mo para i-search yung website, may sinabihan ka o wala?
This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
Wala.
Nung time na nag-showcase ka, may nakaalam o wala?
Meron.
Sino?
Si partner and my family.
Okay. So nung sinabi mo kay partner, ano ang una niyang sinabi sa'yo?
Go for it.
Sarap.
Mhm.
Nung sinabi mo kay family, ano sabi nila sa'yo?
Go for it.
So doon pa lang, doon walang nag-down sa'yo sa
No,
kanila?
wala.
Okay. Tapos when it became a hit at naging successful yung showcase, nung in-update mo si partner, ano sabi niya?
Wala naman, like, congratulations, like, it's a good thing.
Hindi niya tinanong, what's next?
Hindi niya na kailangan tanungin kasi nakita niya na sa akin na I'm doing what's supposed to be done next. So, I was talking to the right people, I was researching, I was starting casting profiles, casting sites. So, and as I'm doing it, I'm telling them, this is what I'm learning, that's why this is what I'm doing.
So talagang kinareer mo.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Kasi ginawa ko yung steps eh.
At saka after office hours mo ginawa eh.
Oo.
Which means pinagpuyatan mo.
Oo.
Diba? Something like that. Kaya ako natatanong, how important is it to actually put in the work to get what you want? Because a while ago, sinabi mo acting like sa Pilipinas, you were just winging it.
Mm.
Pero dito sa States, ang narinig ko naman sa'yo is not winging it but putting in the work. Diba?
Okay, so to be honest with you, for the first 2 years, I was winging it. I never had a formal training or acting class. But then, at some
So yun lang ang wini-wing mo, yung acting.
yung acting,
But the procedure to get to acting, you were doing it
I was doing it.
how it's supposed to be
How
done.
it's supposed to be done. Yeah.
Importante?
Super.
Okay.
Because
Can you amplify that? Can you explain it to all of us? Why is that important? Yun yung mga first steps, di ba? Why is it important?
okay, kasi having a career in acting here in Hollywood is the same thing as like having a career in professional basketball or
Or
like
yung
in
pagiging
the
arty.
music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now you have to go through steps, a process, and then as you go through it, you learn. Like how you gonna adapt and prosper and be successful on the next step. And so, ganun ang nangyari.
Did you find yourself wanting more nung nalalagpasan mo yung mga hurdles? Ganun ba?
Yes. Parang parang naging it's kind of like hindi naman addiction. I don't want to use that word addiction. Parang it's so
Hahanapin mo.
gratifying.
Yun.
'Di ba na now when you do a role and they liked it and then you see the final product and it worked, your choices worked out. Parang wow. This is doable. 'Di ba? And then like what I said earlier, 2 years I was just winging
Yes.
it, 'di ba? But then it came to a point na I was booking good projects, working with like real Hollywood actors. And sabi ko sa sarili ko, if I really want to do this as a career, I gotta respect the process. I gotta respect the people that's involved in the whole production because there's a lot, man. There's a lot of people involved, and the way for me to be able to respect them
And to gain respect.
it also is to make sure that I'm ready.
Right.
Once I step on the, sa set, sa
Yes.
film set, na I can do my part. They're doing their part. They're directing, they're cinematographer, they're doing the sounds, they're doing the editing, the musical score. They have their own thing. Now my thing is to act. So para sabi ko sa sarili ko, I gotta study. I gotta enroll on acting classes. I gotta train. Kasi I know for a fact na what I'm doing is not enough. For me to be able to do bigger projects, I need to study. So that's how I started, doing classes.
Ang ganda, no? Dahil yung realization mo na alam mo sa sarili mo na yung ginagawa mo hindi enough, it means meron kang self-awareness and ina-assess mo talaga yung sarili mo. So finally, natanggap mo na it's not enough. Naging proactive ka, naghanap ka ng acting class. Anong benefit ang ibinigay sa iyo nun?
Oh, marami. Like one thing na na-realize ko na there are things that I'm doing in acting that I'm not supposed to do.
Like what?
Like before malikot ako.
Ganun na.
Oo, like, tsaka I always do this. Like, kasi ganito eh, diba? Anong problema mo? Ha? Di ba? I do that. Ngayon, na-realize, natutunan ko na if the frame is close, you just, ano problema mo? Di ba?
The subtleties, no?
You know, because napipick up mo
Tight
yung camera
shot,
yung
eh.
mata. Yeah. That's one thing.
Alam mo ba nangyari sa akin ganyan din, no? Ikikwento ko, normally hindi ako nagkikwento, pero ito nakakatawa talaga context sa sinabi ni Rhandy. First kissing scene ko,
Wow.
practice take daw muna, practice take. So nung practice take, first kissing scene, di ba? Ang ganda-ganda ng partner ko. Nilabas ko yung dila ko. Talaga sinipsip ko yung bibig niya, di ba? Cut! Sabi sa akin, same thing. Paco, tight shot. Pag pinanood to sa pelikula, yung dila mo mas malaki pa sa tao. Nakakadiri. You can relate, right? Alam mo yung explanation na, kaya guys, yung mga kissing scene sa pelikula, puro ganun-ganun lang yun. At isa nakachamba ako ng isa.
Sino yung artista?
Si John Pascual. Siya yung nasa Swatch commercial.
Okay. Yeah.
Yun. So, shout out, John. Pag nandito ka sa podcast, kahit 6 feet apart, okay. So, makapatayin ako ng asawa ko. So anyway,
Laka tayo si Jaja dito.
I know. Pag pinapakita mo kay Jaja, sasabihin ko, baby, tingnan mo ito. Ayoko tignan niya. So nasa YouTube eh. So anyway, yung subtleties, okay, tinuro sa iyo yan. Ano pa sa acting? Like may mga subtext, di ba? Na your character is internalized in you to the point that yung mannerisms mo nagiging mannerisms na ng character mo eh. How do you learn that?
Yeah, so isa din yung sa natutunan. Different acting classes teaches different things eh. Ang problema doon is hindi lahat yon magiging effective sa'yo eh. Like,
Galing.
one acting class is doing, you get to do this technique for you to get to this point, you know, na maging ikaw yung character, and then yung iba naman is different. Now, I'm doing an acting class right now with Direk Ryan Carlos. Siya yung nag-train sa mga biggest Filipino actors in Star Magic, ABS-CBN. And fortunately, when he came here sa LA last week, I was able to meet him in person. And so, meron siyang techniques, the Chabak technique kung tawagin. Chabak technique. I think of all the techniques that I've tried, I think the Chabak technique is the one that I'm gonna be able to really
Maximize.
and embrace.
Why?
Kasi it's simple. It's simple.
Simple yet effective for you.
Simple yet effective because because the Chabak technique is like this. This is what Direct Ryan is telling us. You find your objective sa scene, and then you find your karga. The karga meaning,
Yung hugot mo.
baka eksena kita.
Yeah.
Ang isipin ko is, kuya kita.
Right.
'Di ba? So mararamdaman ko na ang kausap ko kuya ko. So kung anong totoong emosyon na nararamdaman ko, being kausap ko yung mahal ko sa buhay, 'di ba? Lalabas sa screen.
Yeah.
And then
Yun yung subtext kung tawagin.
right. And then the last part is make it hot. That's what he's saying. So objective, kargahan mo kung sino yung pwede mong isipin, and then make it hot, like make it your own. So I think yun
Chabak. Ba't tinawag na Chabak?
kasi she's a teacher here in LA, in Hollywood. That's her name.
Oh. Okay, I like it. So now, applying this Chabak technique, pwede mo ba i-apply to sa real life?
What do you mean? Like?
Like, nasa work ka.
Mm.
Ang mahirap sa mga artista, hindi mo alam kung talagang sorry sila. Hindi mo alam kung nag-a-apologize sila o ma-acting sila. Tika ba, nagkaroon ka naman ng experience na ganyan sa buhay mo na because you're an actor, when you apologize to people or when you give praises to people, you come off as acting lang yan eh.
May mga nagsabi na. Pero the thing is, minsan lalo na pag malaki yung kasalanan ko, nag-sorry ako na umiiyak. Alam mo yun? Sobrang sorry ko na umiiyak ako, sinasabi nila, umaarte ka lang eh.
Diba? So it's a blessing and a curse. Right?
I guess.
How do you deal with that?
Pinuprove ko lang sa kanila na I'm not acting. This is what I'm really feeling and this is what I'm telling you, and I hope, you take it as it is. It's not a performance, it's me.
Right.
Yeah.
When your mom found out that you were acting at nagka-project ka, anong pakiramdam niya?
She was really proud. She's really, really proud, and I know na she was proud of me doing it because you know how my mom passed in 2020.
Your mom passed away.
My mom passed away. And the reason why she passed is because she wasn't able to get the treatment right away. The reason being is, ganito yun eh. Nalaman namin na may lung cancer siya January of 2020. So I called the doctors, I did my research, anong gagawin natin? Sabi ko sa nanay ko, Nay, pangako mo sa akin, lalabanan natin to. I'm gonna do, all the phone calls I need to do. I'm gonna talk to all the people that's gonna be able to help us. Just pangako mo sa akin, lalabanan natin to. So, I was able to schedule a biopsy for her ng March. And so, nung time na pipick upin ko na siya in Vegas, because she lives with my sister in Vegas, nung pipick upin ko na, sabi niya sa akin, I don't wanna come. Kasi yun yung nagsarado ang everything because
Pandemic.
of COVID. So natakot siya. Sabi niya na, I don't wanna die alone. I don't wanna get the COVID and die alone. Tignan natin kung ano pa. So sabi ko, okay ma. Tinawagan ko yung oncologist. Sabi ko, ayaw ng mama ko, natatakot. How long do we have? Sabi niya, 2 weeks but no more than 3 weeks. Sabi ko, can you give her something para lang wag lumaki yung cancer? Sabi niya, I can't. We need to know what kind of cancer it is. And so, 3 weeks passed, ayaw pa rin niya. Hanggang sa nangihina na siya. Ngayon, nagkaroon ako ng very important audition, big audition, na I told her, mga bandang June na to, nangihina na siya. Sabi niya sa akin ganito, sabi niya, Randy, okay, I'm gonna come because I wanna see how your acting is gonna, is gonna come out, like I know you're having fun with this. I wanna be a part of it. So, because of that, willing na siyang, just to sacrifice.
Yes, sacrifice yung safety niya.
Yeah. Which that's how she's always been from the beginning.
Youngest ka ba?
Youngest, oo. Yeah. Ang agwat namin ng sister ko, which is siya yung middle, is 13 years. So growing up, parang meron 3 sets of parents.
Parang only child ka lumabas, yeah. Only child. Kasi 10 years ang agwat eh. Every 10
13 years.
Kaya nga. So anything past that,
yeah.
only child ka na nun. Pero sayang, no? Kaya ako sinasabing sayang because your mom could have seen more of what you were doing.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing na in spite of all the successes I'm getting in acting, yung fact na I don't get to share it with her. Yun ang parang medyo masakit. Yeah.
It's been 2 years and hindi pa rin nawawala yung sakit.
Hindi nawawala. Iba kasi yung relationship namin. Iba.
How close were you to your mom?
Super close. Everything na pinagdaanan ko, whether it's good or really the worst situation in my life, she's been a part of it. And she's the kind of mom na she would give you everything she's got, even to the last cent, just to help you out. And she never asked anything in return. I mean, I was blessed. Sabi sa akin ng ate ko when she passed, we were blessed. We were able to have her for 85 years old siya when she passed.
Ooh.
So, and then my brother said that too, na hindi na siya naghirap, but, I wish I had my brother, my sister's wisdom and, outlook in life on that aspect. Kasi para mas magaan yung pagtanggap ko.
Pero grabe, no? So she was in her 40s nung pinanganak ka.
Yeah, menopause baby nga daw ako eh.
Galing. Now that technically one of your biggest fans is no longer with us, did it make you want to act more?
Mm-hmm.
Or did it make you want to just give up acting?
No. Not only do I want to act more, I want to perform really, really good for her.
Up to now, no?
Up to now.
Kumbaga parang legacy.
Oo. Na parang, Nay, alam mo when I'm on my way to like a good filming, kasi dun sa kotse ko, merong bracelet doon na Mama Mary tsaka cross.
Okay.
Before binigay sa akin ng nanay ko yun, sinuot niya buong araw. The whole day, the whole night. Suot-suot niya yun. And then when I'm about to drive back to California, binigay niya sa akin yun.
So hanggang ngayon nasa iyo pa rin?
Hanggang nandun yun. So I would hold it and I would talk to her, Nay, alam mo bang booking natin ngayon? Dito tayo, ganyan. So always part of her, and then I would listen to her recording na sinasabing pangalan ko na I just have to do it. If I don't do it, it's not healthy for me.
So anong feeling nang naririnig mo yung boses ng nanay mo hanggang ngayon? Yung mga recording
parang binabalik niya ako sa yung sanity ko is like intact. And then at the same time, it's giving me inspiration to do better on what I do, either work or acting, and also just to be a better person. Kasi ang labanan nito is I want to make her proud, and at the same time I want to protect her legacy. Kasi if you ask about people that knows her, everyone loved her. Everyone. And I want to keep that.
Sa family, sino pa umaarte?
Ako lang. Si Ethan. Yung bunso ko.
Mo. Yung pangalan mo, si Paulette.
Si Paulette, she started, but then, because she's a cheerleader, so she's more, involved into cheerleading than acting. But Ethan, he's acting and he's good.
So you have 2 kids?
I have 2 kids.
What if one of them follows in your footsteps?
Sure.
Maging arty.
Sure.
Sabi ni Randy.
Sure.
Kaya sa ilong yung Randy, ha?
No, I mean, respiratory therapy is fun.
I know it's fun. Funner than acting?
No. Siyempre, I'll be honest with you, no.
Nasa ng pera? Nasa acting o nasa arty?
Oh my God. Sir Paco. Like, some projects are just ridiculous in pay. Like,
hindi ko alam pag sinabi ridiculous, parang naiisip ko baka 200,000 or 2,000.
Okay, so ganito yan. Nag-umpisa pa lang ako, right?
Yeah.
Minsan may project na I will just do it for like 3 hours and they pay in the thousands. And then minsan may project naman na halos walang bayad. But the thing is, if you're just starting out, you take everything. Especially the key is if it's a speaking role.
Oh, yeah.
Kasi ang instructions ng agents once na may agent na kayo or yung managers is to build your demo reel.
Right.
Because that's what they're gonna submit to casting directors for bigger projects and bigger paying roles. So for now, if you're starting yung mga student roles or student film roles or anything that has speaking line roles, you take it. Para once it comes out, you get that scene and then you put it all together.
So, annual income, without disclosing your actual annual income, malapit ba ang RT income, respiratory therapist income sa actors
like
income?
right now?
Yeah.
No. Malaki pa rin yung respiratory therapy. Kasi it's a regular gig.
Yes. Pero all things equal, kunyari regular gig yung acting at saka regular.
It's not even close.
What's not even close?
If I do acting every day and
Yeah.
what they pay,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's not even close.
Tapos 3 oras ka lang, di ba?
Yeah. Even if it's longer, I don't mind.
Yun na nga eh.
Diba?
You're doing what you love.
Yeah. Even if you're puyat or sabi nga sa akin, sabi sa akin, I don't think magde-develop ka ng Alzheimer's. Sabi ko, bakit? Sabi niya, because you're always memorizing scripts.
Mahirap
You know?
ba? Mag-memorize ng scripts.
This episode is brought to you by ABBA e-Services.
Hindi naman. Kasi, alam mo yung parang kailangan mo kasing gawin. Na parang you have no choice. So, parang nasanay ka na lang.
Hindi ba, like, alam mo ko anong, and correct me if I'm wrong, ang tingin ko sa mga nag-memorize ng script, when you memorize a song, you can use it for a long time. When you memorize a script, tatapon mo na yung pagkatapos.
Yeah. Parang, hindi naman tatapon pero makakalimutan mo na.
Kasi
and then you move
oh.
on to the next one.
Yeah.
Kasi ang difference with song and script, yung script kasi hindi lang you're saying a words eh. You're saying the words as a character.
Right.
And then if you hold on to it, mabigat eh. 'Di ba? So
Yeah.
when you're done with it, that's it, you know?
Kasi, kailangan kargahan mo eh.
Mm.
Di ba? Ito yung sinasabi, di ba, ni
Direct
Coach
Ryan
Ryan.
Carlos, yeah.
Kailangan kargahan mo yan. So, kung may hugot yung character, kailangan angkinin mo yung hugot nun. What rules will you not do?
I think I'm willing to do anything.
Brokeback Mountain.
I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it. It's acting.
Paano ba sasabihin sa partner mo yon?
It's acting. Even though it doesn't matter if I'm kissing a girl or a guy, it's acting. It's an art. You know?
Pinag-aralan niyo na yon.
Okay na.
Alam mo, sandali ha, nirarap around ko yung sarili ko. Nothing against guys kissing guys ha. Pero, tatawa si Mike. kasi iniisip ko, di ba, parang disclaimer, wag niyong i-out of context si Rhandy pag na-booking kayo ng asawa ninyo na may hinahalikan kayo. It's acting. Ayoko mapahamak kaming dalawa rito, guys, ha? Kaya nga pinapa-elaborate ko sa'yo dahil baka yung mga audience natin may mga naughty dyan biglang, sabi ni Sir Rhandy, it's acting lang sasabihin ko.
Pero dapat nasa film set ka. Pag nahuli ka na nasa kotse lang kayo, ibang usapan na yun. Diba? Hindi na acting yun, it's true love na yun. Oh my gosh.
Pero, how do you prepare for that? I mean, I don't know if you've done it already, but let's say you've seen Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Did it ever occur to you? How do you prepare for that? Lalo na you said at this point, take it in. May mga may bayad, may mga walang bayad. Case in point, Coco Martin. Coco Martin, nag-BL na yan, nag kung ano-ano bago sumikat. Daming independent na ginawa niyan bago sumikat. And now he's reaping the fruits of his labor, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero ikaw, you have and I'm playing devil's advocate, you have a steady paying, secure job. And then bigla kang binanatan ng magandang script. Good for your demo reel. Speaking lines, pero ang line mo lang is, pare.
And then?
Yun lang.
Then kikisin mo yung lalaki.
Marami kayong love scene pero erotic talaga. Tapos ang line mo lang is, pare. Cesar Montano, ang ka-love team mo.
Parang mas mading sumagot ng kung babae yung kahit ang linya ko nila umare. Pwede ba umare?
Madali yun eh.
Di ba? Kahit
So pareho kayo na sa bukid.
saan mo ba naiisip to? Where is this coming from?
Ay, hindi gusto ko lang malaman kasi if as an actor, kasi sabi mo, kahit anong role, di ba? Kahit anong role. So, bibigyan kita ng hypothetical role na pwede. Nasa Bukidnon kayo, nasa Dole Plantation kayo, pwedeng sa Cotabato kayong Dole Plantation. Di ba?
Okay, honest answer. If the project is good,
Yun na nga.
if the pay is right,
$2,000.
dollars.
3 hours lang naman. 3 hours lang.
If the project is really good, you may potential talaga na mag-film festival.
Film festival?
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Paano preparasyon doon?
And then, like how I would just prepare any other role. Like study the script, study the character, the other guy's character. And
You have to okay. Ito ang question ko. When you study the other guy's character, does it ruin your acting because you have to anticipate the lines?
Or you never anticipate the lines.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? But then again, for some reason, you have to know what the lines are kasi baka matapakan mo eh. Pero when you study the other person's character, hindi ba parang giveaway for anticipation yun?
Hindi. Kasi acting in a scene is parang playing basketball. You know the rules, you know what's gonna happen next, you know what's not to do and what to do, but at the same time, it just flows. So it's the same thing. You just let it flow. You just let it come. And you never anticipate the lines or else it's gonna look awkward na.
Parang, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. So, yung mga ginawa mong movies, yung mga shorts na ginawa mo, we had Noreen Lani on the show. May ginawa kayo na hindi kayo magkasama pero kayo lang din daw ang nag-shoot nun on your own. So, kinento na niya yung part niya, yung experience niya. By the way, if you haven't seen it, we'll put a link in the description. Pero ikaw, how did you shoot your parts?
So it's my partner was shooting my scene and then also Ethan.
What camera were you using?
My God, iPhone.
And it was, sabi talaga ni Direk, iPhone ng...
Yeah, because that's the only thing that we can do and para maging uniform yung shots tsaka yung quality. So what happened is that this is the camera that's filming my scene and then there's a tripod behind that. It's FaceTime with the director. So
Ang galing,
so
no?
she can see what's happening and she can make adjustments and instructions.
So, when this was presented to you, what made you take the role?
Because it's Ana Barredo
Yes.
who offered that project, and I trust her because she directed my first feature, a successful feature, which is The Year I Did Nothing. So anything that she would want me to do, I'll do it.
Galing, no? Ayan, Direk Ana, ha? Yung Cesar Montano movie mo.
Yung, direct,
Upare.
lagyan natin ng twist. Try muna natin yung umare. Try muna natin, please.
Commitment na yun, on perpetuity, sinabi na ni Randy na.
Umare. Yun ang sinabi ko, right? Okay.
Okay. Now, let's say mag next level, no? Because Oliver Carney is with you now and biglang next level, magkakaroon ka ng opportunity to do Hollywood. The pay is nowhere close to RT. But the opportunity is hard to pass on. Sorry, puro hypotheticals. But the reason why I'm giving you hypotheticals is because you've turned away from your passion and yet it called on you sa Highway 1 or sa Pacific Coast Highway. Tinawag ka eh. It found you technically, right? And now here you are, magkasama tayo ngayon, you're enjoying it. So pag nangyari to na sinabi ni Oliver, you have to be at this audition. Let's say umabot na sa point na call in na kagad, wala na yung submission ng parts. Would you turn your back on your day job?
What do you mean turn my back? Like for that day, just to be on the
Yeah.
audition? Yeah, that's the good thing about my day job eh. Kasi my boss is my friend. So ang setup nun is before I was working 40 hours a week. But since I got busy now with auditions and filming, and he's supporting me. So So big thank you to Gabriel Ruiz and Cesar Delgado.
Shout out to you guys, Cesar and Gabriel.
So pumayag sila na gawing 32 hours na lang yung work ko. It's still full time. And then not only that, na pwedeng I can be off on a certain day as long as complete the 32 hours, even if I have to work on a Saturday. So it's really flexible. Kaya it's not really turning my back on my day job. It's just rearranging the schedule.
Right. So, importante ang time management.
Yes, sir.
Now, time for work, for acting, for kids, for partner. Kamusta?
Oh, okay. Walang problema.
How does it work?
Kasi,
And the reason why I'm asking, may mga tao dyan, galit ang asawa nila, or may mga tao dyan, galit ang trabaho nila, may mga tao dyan, galit ang anak nila because hindi nila mabalanse ang oras nila.
yeah, no, hindi naman nagiging problema. Kasi hindi naman everyday that I'm filming, you know. And then, if
But you hope it becomes every day.
if it happens that way, then I'm pretty sure they're gonna understand because it's work, and then it's something that I love, and anything that they love, I support. Diba? So siguro give and take, and at the same time, if it becomes a regular thing, that's gonna pay the bills.
Which means pwede na babay muna. Per diem na lang yung pag-aarty mo. Parang, ang galing, no? Come to think of it, nag-aarty ka at uma-arty ka.
Galing. Yes, sir.
Dapat may t-shirt ka eh. Uma-arty, nag-aarty.
Yeah. Papaprint ako.
Di ba? Oh my God, ngayon ko lang na-realize. No? Ganun pala. Randy, itong stage ng buhay mo, you're in your mid-40s. Again, you're in the United States. Back then, inisip mo na Hollywood is too high of a mountain to climb. Yet inch by inch, you're climbing it. Are you more hopeful now?
I am more hopeful now because I'm doing the necessary steps to get there. I'm not just hoping for like a big break. I search for it. I self-submit. I study. I talk to people. You know, so I'm hopeful in that aspect. And at the same time, parang napapansin mo ba? Parang panahon na natin eh.
Yes.
'Di ba? Ang dami ng mga Filipino and Asians, you know, like the Koreans, they're winning awards left and right,
Yeah.
'di ba? And then Jokoy opened the door to a lot of Filipinos, and there's a lot of good Filipino actors in Hollywood that's doing big things, which I'm very thankful to them. You know, they're opening doors for like people like me, you know, that's just wanting to get there. And I think there's a good possibility that, you know, the Filipinos would do something really special.
Ang Easter Sunday ba, nabanggit mo si Jokoy, kasi was it offered to you?
I auditioned for Uncle Manny, but hindi na nakuha eh. I'm pretty sure, you know, kasi that was for like all of the US audition, even in Canada. So, but I auditioned for that.
Nung nag-audition ka, did they have to give you a non-disclosure agreement that you cannot talk about that audition, or?
Not really. I just can't.
Mike.
I just can't talk about the script. Of course, I can't post that, and then I can't post the audition, the self-tape. Yeah, but you know, I'm okay to tell them.
So speaking of audition, and that was a big film. That's a big film coming out. No? Yung kay Joko, yung Easter Sunday. Anong feeling ma-reject dun sa movie na yon?
Hindi masakit.
Why?
Kasi just to be asked to audition for it, it's a win. 'Di ba?
Galing.
Kasi like, yeah, I mean, yung mga mag-start din ng acting here in Hollywood, oh my God, you're gonna get tons of rejections. You're gonna hear a lot of no's. But then you don't let them stop you from doing what you really want. You know? Ganun talaga ang system eh. You're gonna get a lot of no's before you get a yes. 'Di ba? And you just have to like accept that.
So numbers game talaga siya.
Numbers game. But here's the good thing about that. Even if you don't get the part, you still win because you get to practice your art. you get to act, you get to know the casting directors and the productions, you interact with people, it's still a win. Kasi it's a small world eh. 'Di ba?
Yung realization na to, self-discovery o may nagsabi sa'yo?
Self-discovery. Kasi alam mo ba self-discovery? Kasi marami na rin ako naging outright like bookings na I don't need to audition because I was referred. And then dun sa like if I film a short film here, one of the crew was with us in that project, and then he's gonna do something. So, all right, Randy, I think you're gonna be good in this. So, ganun.
So when you got your first rejection, ano feeling?
Wala.
Wala talaga?
Wala eh. Hindi ko siya pinipersonal. Parang okay, it's kasi ganito kasi eh. Even especially in commercials. If you get rejected,
Nag-commercial ka rin?
yes, ang biggest commercial so far is yung sa 2020 census.
Okay.
And then there's one coming out I think sa summer yung sa Adobe. Na commercial.
Adobe Express na commercial.
Yeah, yung computer
Yeah.
setup. And yung basta so with commercial, ang labanan diyan is hindi talaga pagalingan umarte. Ang labanan sa commercial yung look.
Okay. Tema, yun.
Yeah, so they gonna yung mga casting directors and yung mga clients, they already have something in mind yung anong look ang hinahanap namin. But if you're that look, then you're lucky, you're gonna get booked. But if it's not that look, then sorry. And then if they have like a main character na kailangan match kayo if you're gonna play the dad, yung match yung itsura nyo, so it's still the look.
Wow. Parang komplikado, no?
Komplikado. Pero sinisimplify ko na lang din sa sarili ko na if I don't get it, I don't get it. I'm moving to the next one.
Did you ever think na balang araw if you reach your threshold as an actor, you'd go into directing? Or will you just walk away from the industry entirely?
Wow, good question. Wala pa sa isip ko to direct. Ang naisa sa isip ko kasi ngayon is the good thing about being an actor is wala siyang age limit. You know, you can grow old and still have a part because that's how people are. They grow
Right.
old. And if you're gonna tell a story, you know, you have to represent what's really happening in life. There are old people. So you can still, you know, book a role even if you grow old. Kasi directing is a totally different thing eh. Mahirap. So right now, I don't think I'm ready for it. And even maybe, you know, maraming taon pa, not yet.
Pero ang galing eh. Kaya ako nagagalingan sa'yo and very impressive.
Thank you.
Yung assessment mo as an actor, kanina nung tinanong kita, yeah, so good. Same token, why hindi ka nagpapa-impress to say, no, kakayanin ko mag-direct. You're actually now really playing it safe critical to say na, you know what, mahirap yan, hindi ko pa kaya, hindi ko pa gagawin yan. And ano masasabi mo sa mga tao na sinusubukan nila gawing lahat ng sabay-sabay ang mga bagay-bagay? Anong advice mabibigay mo sa mga taong ganon?
Well, I commend them because they're doing what they want, what they love. Because some people kasi they love to direct, 'di ba? And then they love to write, 'di ba? So I commend them and
Pero hindi pa sila sikat, ha? Nagsa-struggle pa lang sila. Because ikaw, your struggle is, you know what, I'm a struggling actor. I'm not an A-lister actor, but I'm an actor and I will focus on my craft until I get to as high as I can. Yun ang impression na nakuha ko nung sinabi mong mahirap mag-direct, hindi ko pa kaya yan, pero itong pag-aarte, kayang-kaya ko to. Ganon. So may mga ibang tao na hindi pa nga nakaka-top board sa acting, bilang magde-direct na, tapos nagsusulat pa.
that's their thing.
Okay lang sa'yo yun?
Okay lang sa akin yun. I commend them for doing that because that's their thing. And they can do it. You know, I've seen some people who are doing it. I know one for a fact is Melissa Rodriguez. I shot a short film with her na sinubmit niya for HBO APA Visionary Contest. She's the director. She wrote it and she starred in it. Also, Chris Soriano from the movie Zeus.
Yes.
That was executive produced by Manny Pacquiao. He wrote it, he directed it, he starred in it. So, iba-iba lang talaga siguro ng, ng capabilities, and they're capable on doing that. I know I can't do that.
This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
I'm not that gifted to direct and write and act, start in it.
Or hindi mo pa ine-entertain yung thought.
Tama ka. Hindi ko pa siguro in-entertain. Siguro kung in-entertain ko, I'm gonna find ways to like make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, pero for now, no.
Galing. Nakakatuwa. So now, family life mo. Nakikilala ka naman. Si Rhandy Torres. May mga gumagano na ba?
May mga ganon, pero hindi Rhandy Torres.
Sinasabi.
Kasi like napanood nila yung music video ng Disclosure.
Okay.
So, looks familiar. Tapos yung skit ng King Batch or yung Census or sa mga true crime shows. Sinasabi nila, you look familiar. Like, you really look familiar. And then they're gonna say, I think I saw you something. And then when I mention, oh yeah, that's where I saw you. Ganon.
What's your web address?
I don't have a web. I just use Instagram.
Bakit walang website?
I did. I used to have a website.
What happened?
Parang kasi if I maintain a website, it's the same thing if I maintain an Instagram account. Because whatever is in the website is in the Instagram account.
Right.
And also, there's more traffic in Instagram.
Paano pag biglang nawala ang Instagram?
Facebook.
Kaya nga, magkasama yun eh. Paano pag nawala yan dalawang yung bigla?
And then I have to get a website.
So you'll start from scratch.
Yeah. So website.
Di ba dapat meron randytorres.com?
Meron na nga, pero hindi ko siya naaalagaan.
Do you still own the URL?
Yes.
Okay, how important is it to have your .com, your own personal .com? How important is it?
Important kasi, that's your work, 'di ba? And if kasi with acting, more important is to have an IMDb account.
Do you have one?
I have one. And I take care of that.
What's IMDb to everybody who don't understand?
Yun yung website na every actors, directors, and anybody that works in the film industry, TV, music, yung mga work nila goes to the IMDb account. So if someone's looking for a particular actor, they could also research like what have this actor, done. So mas legit yon IMDb kasi ang nagsasubmit nun is yung talagang mga directors.
International Movie Database ba ibig sabihin nun? Yan. Movie do you pay to be?
Yeah. There's a membership. Kasi I maintain the Pro. IMDb
Okay.
Pro. So I maintain that. So I could attach my demo reel and a lot of pictures.
How about your Wikipedia?
I don't know if I even have one. I don't know.
Search, JJ, kung may
Oh my
Wikipedia. Para makita natin. Please. So, kaya ako tinatanong yung mga aspiring actors, and would you recommend them to have a website?
I would. Yes. And then
Social media accounts.
social media. Pero the most important thing, if you want to start acting here, is you need to create a casting account.
Ooh.
Because that's how you find out roles and auditions. Casting accounts. So there's 3 big casting sites that you have to maintain. One is LA Casting.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is Actors Access. And then the third one is Backstage. .com.
Do you pay for these accounts? Like how
Yeah.
much?
Kasi ganito, if you're just starting out, you just get the basic and you don't need to pay for it.
Okay.
But if you've been doing it and you want to post more pictures and videos in your casting profiles, then you have to pay for the membership.
Magkano siya?
It differs eh. Yung merong isa is $16
A month.
a month. Merong isa 24.
You pay monthly or annually?
I pay monthly.
So normally as an actor, may mga operating expenses din.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Like your Instagram is free, your Facebook is free, pero your casting account is not free, your IMDb is not free.
And then the acting classes, they're not free. And then
Acting classes, do you have to go all the time to acting classes? Like, do you forget about it ba?
no, kasi ganito eh. Ang natutunan ko when I was fortunate to work with Princess Punsalan. So nagkakwentuhan kami. Sabi niya sa akin, ang isang advice niya is, Randy, you should always train as an actor and then do acting classes, do trainings. Kasi that way napapractice mo yung acting muscles. Kumbaga sabi niya kasi na para lang tayong basketball player or athlete. They do their training, they do their practice, they do their workout. Tayo, we do our training by doing acting classes, which I believe. Kasi if you're doing acting classes, then you're doing scenes, diba? And then you're learning your acting, and then once someone calls you, mas ready ka na kasi you're fresh from practicing.
So itong sinasabi ni Princess pag sinabing training and all that. By the way, shout out kay Princess Punsalan. Meron din bang requirement na you also need to learn how to dance and sing?
Ay, hindi. Yung mga acting classes ko is purely on acting techniques.
Ano yung method acting?
Okay. I have a friend who
Nainikiyot kay Christian Bale eh.
who embraces that. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that.
Mag-aaway kayo ni partner pag ginawa mo yun.
And not only that, kasi parang it's too much of a burden for an actor to take home your character eh. Diba? So once the filming is done, then go back to your normal yourself. Diba? Pero if it works for a Christian Bale, then that's good. I mean, it works for him. I don't think it's always the case though. Like every role he does is he's doing method. Probably not.
Ang bali-balita nung Batman si Christian Bale, hinahanap ng prop manager yung Batmobile. Hindi nila makita sa lote.
Dinala niya.
Character.
Yeah.
Pero hindi mo kaya yun. Kasi ang Shabak is a style also, di ba? Method acting is another style. Yung isa may karga. Ito 24-hour na karga.
Yeah. I don't think I can do that. It's too much eh. Na parang when I go home to my kids, the family, I just want them to enjoy their dad. They just want to join me. Diba?
Do they know that you do this?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because they watch it. They watch the films. And then I take them to screenings.
Ang galing, Randy, no? Kaya ako natutuwa sa iyo is because you're living your life. And nung time na sinabi mong, I'm gonna live my life, was there fear?
To be honest with you, walang fear kasi I didn't put pressure on myself to make it. Na parang if I get a booking, I'm happy. If I'm on a film set, I feel free. Like I'm at my happy place. But if I don't get it, then I don't get it. I just go back to my day job. Diba? So, but at the same time, I'm also preparing to get myself be a better actor. I just don't put pressure na, man, I gotta book this role. I gotta book this role. But to be honest din with you, there are some auditions, some roles na once I saw the script, na I'm like, wow,
Easter Sunday.
I gotta book this role. Mga tipong ganon. I've had a few of those na nag-concentrate talaga ako dun sa audition. But if I didn't get it, then I didn't get it.
So, are you a person who loves to win Or are you a person who hates to lose?
Wow, it's deep.
Kasi yung mga sabi mo, yung sinasabi, pag sinabi mo na gusto ko yung makuha pero pag hindi ko nakuha. Kaya bila ko naisip, are you a person who loves to win or are you a person who hates to lose?
With regards kasi...
Magkaiba yun, ha?
Oo, magkaiba. With regards kasi sa acting, it's never losing eh. It's never losing. Really.
Tulad nga sinabi mo kanina.
Yeah.
Dahil,
Even if you don't book it, you get to practice your craft. Diba? You get to meet people. It's never a lost. And so it's never that. So it's never I hate to lose because it's never a losing. Regardless of what happens.
galing. When do you think your enough will come?
I don't think it's ever gonna come, man.
Talaga?
It's never gonna come. There's always room for improvement.
So, Randy, is it safe to say na di bali nang hindi na ikaw ang pinakasikat as long as nagagawa mo yung gusto mo, top board na yun?
Yeah. To be honest with you, yes. Yes. And if a big role comes along the way, then thank you God, diba? But if not, I'm happy with the way it is. I get to act. So, and I have a team that helps me do it, and I'm thankful to them.
And if mom was here today, would she be very proud of you?
I think she would be. Isa siya sa laging hugot ko eh. Siya lagi yung karga ko. Siya lagi. And I'm gonna tell you something. That's why when I was invited here, I felt happy, and it's a special thing because
Likewise.
you sang a song that when my mom passed became
your
a
song.
part of me. Your song Line to Heaven. Na before it was just a hit. But then when my mom passed and I played that and I sang along with it, I feel like I'm talking to her. And if there's really like a line to heaven, yeah, man, I'll call her every day. I'll call her every day. Yeah.
I think she's proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you for that song too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rhandy Torres.